this anymore.
Have you done anything yet, Kim?
I had my meet and greet this morning.
Okay, sweet.
It was
sweet.
awesome.
Yes.
Do you see the play button?
Hey, SPN family, I'm Steph with Creation, and welcome to a weekend of amazing virtual experiences featuring the cast of Supernatural. I just wanted to remind you that the top tipper wins a 5-minute one-on-one video meet and greet with Brianna and Kim right after this panel is over. So make sure your top supporter information is updated with your current email address. In order to find that, just under the Stage It screen, you'll see a little trophy icon. Next to that icon, you're going to see a link that says complete your top supporter information. If you'd like to tip, click the green tip button on the bottom left-hand corner of your Stage It screen. Keep in mind that as soon as the actors leave the panel, the tipping is done. So anything after that will not be counted. Can you believe that 1 year ago today, we were in Las Vegas for what would be the only convention we were able to run last year? We did it as a no-touch convention. I can't believe it's been a whole year. Anyway, we're so grateful for this Supernatural cast being with us this weekend, and I kind of think they miss us as much as we miss them. With that being said, here to kick off our Supernatural virtual weekend are two ladies who anchor our Fridays with their hilarious banter, real talk, and real love. Let's welcome Brianna Buckmaster and Kim Rhodes.
Hey! Oh, Stephanie!
What a brilliant
you.
introduction.
Oh my
I was like, I could watch that introduction all damn day.
That was fun.
That was great.
Oh,
It made me want to go to this convention.
Oh, it made me like go, oh fuck, now I've got so much to live up to now.
Hilarious banter, Kim.
I'm anchoring. I'm an anchor.
You're an anchor, god damn it. It's my next tattoo.
Terrifying.
This is funny because in normal time, Kim and I would be catching up, but Kim and I talk every 5 minutes. So it's like, hey, did you get the laundry in the dryer?
Totally. Oh, you've got the tape off your finger. I see it's still swollen, but it's not still taped up.
Kim, do you want to know? I've been telling people this, but do you know what I did that I thought you'd be so proud of me?
Yes.
/ you would laugh at me so hard. Yes. So Valentina has been drawing tattoos like on her hand and her arm and stuff like that. So for fun, I was like, I'm going to get her these like sweet fake tattoos by this place called Inkbox. So they sell these tattoos that last like a couple weeks or whatever. So I got her one and I did one here. So, how does this work? I'm backwards.
Okay. Yes. It's
great, right? Until you sleep like this. And then you get this mark on your head that you also have rug burn from trying to wipe it off. So I've also tattooed my head. Oh God, what a fucking idiot. Anyway.
Oh yay! That's
just
so
same old shit around here.
That
my hair is brown now, apparently.
Like, mine's great. Yeah. I'm very excited, and it's getting so long. Look how long this is.
Oh yeah, because you had dyed it brown again, right?
I didn't. I dyed it blue at the beginning of the pandemic. And now it's just doing its great thing.
It kind of looks a little blonde almost because it's kind of got some brown in there. And it is long.
It is very long. I'm just gonna let it keep going. I
it.
Don't have any reason to do anything to it other than
when was the long time you had long hair? When was the last time you had long hair?
Supernatural, like when I first did Supernatural. So like 10 years
and then
ago.
You shaved it off for a commercial, is that right?
It was short, like it was super short, but it was kind of all one level, and then I shaved it for a commercial, and then I love immediate gratification.
Oh,
and having clippers at home, just shave my head. There, I've done something.
That's like part of the reason I got those fake tattoos is I was like, I can't, Brianna, no, stop. You have to stop. Because I'll just be like, sounds like, well, I got nothing to do this afternoon. Tattoo sounds good.
Bring it.
You know me. I just like, sure, I could have this slice of cheese, or I could go get a tattoo.
Both.
Both.
I say both.
You're like, why limit yourself, darling?
I say both.
Well, what else?
I know, right? My daughter has been up since 3:00 in the morning, 2 days in a row. She's just she'll go through a growth spurt where she eats everything. She eats like a 16-year-old boy. And then she goes
Or
through
like a 39-year-old woman.
or
What is
cheese.
it?
She just eats, and then all of a sudden she stops sleeping. She just stops sleeping. So
Oh.
she fell back asleep and just woke up again going, you're supposed to wake me up. I'm missing school. I'm like, when the fuck do you care that you're missing school?
Oh yeah. It's like an excuse.
Yeah.
Valentina had a nightmare last night, so I went and slept with her, but I never like I have such a very specific sleep routine because of my sleep issues. And so I'm like, I have to go to bed and I have the earplugs and I have the face mask. I have to go to bed at the same time and I can't have too much water. And if I get up to go to the bathroom, I have to make sure to go right back to sleep. I can't look at any clocks or phones or anything. And so when she woke up, I didn't look at my phone to see what time it was. And then she just like never went back to sleep. And I was like, this is it. But I think it was not that early. I think it was like 5:30 or something. But when she wakes up to have a nightmare, I'm like, did you have a nightmare or did you just want to get up?
Yeah.
Like
You just having some
sometimes
feelings.
yeah, she not even. She's just like bored of sleeping. She's like, "Hey, mom, I
Yeah.
had a nightmare."
Yeah.
This gets them every time. So yeah, that's usually my life. My life is Valentina right now, which is fucking great. My life has not been Valentina ever. You know, in like since she was born, this is the most I've been home with her, which is great. It is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, but it is great.
Yeah. Grateful for this opportunity. Excited to see what opportunity comes next. Yeah.
Should we need to take questions here?
Let's see what
I see
questions.
a bunch of them
Brittany's
coming
got
up.
Yeah, okay, so Stacy from Ukraine. Hi, how do you imagine Jody and Donna's hunting? So now this is interesting. Do you mean like our specific hunting styles?
I think it's like up to, it's going to be what it's going to be now. So
Like,
you get to decide.
We get to decide. So I see Jody as very like Indiana Jones, Han Solo, like very that kind of where it's like why not bring a gun to a knife fight? Jody is a big believer in conserving energy. Yes, sometimes I do create character vibes that come straight from me. Jody's a believer in thinking first, having a plan of action, and conserving as much energy and ammunition as possible. Go in, get it, get out. She's not a big fan of the drama because every time the drama starts, her fucking leg gets broken.
Which I feel is like kind of the opposite of Kim, where Kim would be like, so why are you here? What were you looking for? And why? And what were you going to do with that thing? And what would that then cause this to do?
Yeah, are you really like why? Well, Kim would get into the existential issues of like, but is it really fear, or underneath that is there grief and pain? Because I think we need to. I want to see those and validate them, and then I'd get my face.
You would be saving the world.
No, I'd be eaten. I'd be eaten immediately. I'd be eaten because they don't care. They don't care. They're monsters.
They're just hungry. Yeah. I feel like Jody or Donna would I feel like she would since she's so new to hunting, I feel like she would bring her cop skills into it. And I think that she would be I think that she's from what I gather from the last few episodes she's done, she's a little lippier than was let on earlier on, or that might be just what I'm bringing to the role. But she's definitely
we're allowed.
Yeah, we're allowed. I think that she would be, she'd be again. I think like you should be asking a lot of questions that might get her face eaten off. But I think that she is a lot more brains than brawn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's my final answer.
Go in knowing what their weakness is, shoot for the weakness, get the heck out.
Or confuse them. I think that, I think Donna would be like, oh, that's a nice outfit, just throw them off and then whammy.
You got a little something right on the
right here.
You want me
to get that for you?
Here, let me get that stab.
Whoosh. Stab. I love it. Oh, I miss that show. It's fun. Luckily, it'll probably be on Syndicate forever.
Forever. I have not watched the last episode. I'm going to go. I haven't watched it. I refuse to watch it.
Good. Then you can avoid that question.
I can't. I will, and that's how I answer that question. I haven't watched the last episode because I refuse to believe it's over, both emotionally and financially.
Well, I think a lot of people refuse to believe it's over emotionally. Not the fans, but also like cast and crew. But here's and financially, is that what you said?
Well, yeah, because for 10 years I lived with this is it.
Once a year,
I'm losing everything. Everything's gone. I'm fucked. Hello? Yes, I will come to Canada and do another show.
Oh.
So it's always like in the nick of time, right? When I'm like, this is
like,
really this time?
It's like an annual paycheck you can depend upon kind of thing.
Yeah, and always when I'm like, this is it. This is really when it's so I'm starting to have those feelings of like, we're legit fucked. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna get that phone call. Oh my God, I'm not gonna get the phone call.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. So I believe it is always my belief and practice that new things can't come into your life until you make space for them or until space is made for them. So I continue to believe that with Supernatural being over, it's making space for other things, which might be Supernatural adjacent.
Yeah. Wait,
I don't know.
Look at our next question. There we go. Our next question is from Shay B. And we've been reviving our characters on TikTok and Twitter. Is there any big plans for future skits in the works?
Big plans.
I don't
This is Kim's thing. Kim has become, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Kim has become TikTok famous. She is
I've become TikTok mom.
She has found her niche that TikTok didn't know it needed by being TikTok mom, because we had been talking about this with our producer from the live show, that a lot of Kim's fans from the Disney times are now 20 and are all on TikTok, is what my understanding is.
Yeah.
So Kim has been, but what I love about what Kim's doing is like, I haven't seen any of the stuff of you talking to fans. I think you do the stitches with fans or something.
I do lives. I'll do this because you have the option of doing a live as well.
Just like Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she does, but I love when you do like little movies. I think that's brilliant. That's what I think is brilliant about TikTok. Is like people are like just getting to have like all this creativity with their iPhones. I think it's fucking brilliant.
And I need short turnaround. I need immediate gratification. But also I always have all these, it'd be funny. It'd be funny if. And TikTok provides me the opportunity to like do the if.
Yeah.
What if? What if?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was really, and you know this, and I talked about this in my meet and greet. I was attaching to social media darkness. I was attaching to the feeling of being angry and depressed.
Yeah.
And about things that I had no power over. And it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel light. It didn't feel creative. It didn't feel fun. And so I was like, well, what else can I do? Be a goofball.
Yeah.
I've one of the greatest things I've given up in my half a century on this planet is my attachment to my ego. So who cares?
Oh, you know me. I love that shit. Live for that shit.
Yeah.
I had, we've talked a lot about this, is that I have a very boundaried relationship with social media, but I also wanted an outlet. So have the happy hours.
Cocktail, yes, happy hour.
The Instagram happy hours, which again, just the same, I assume with your TikToks, is like, this is for me. I'm happy if you get something out of this, but I'm doing this because it brings me joy. And what a beautiful thing. And that's when you know that it's authentic and that it's what you're supposed to be doing, is when it's easy and fun and it brings you joy and it brings other people joy. Right?
Yeah.
So Kim sent me her TikTok and she was like, do with this what you will. And I live for shenanigans, you know that. So I was like, oh, I'll do something with it for sure.
Yeah, so, it was fucking brilliant.
So
brilliant.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
think Jody and Donna will probably have a lot of phone conversations on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do we have plans? I never have plans. I don't have plans because everything I do has to be fit around my teaching schedule and my daughter's schooling. So I try not to make plans because then they go awry. I just will sit down and be like, I've got an idea and some time. Let's see what'll happen.
That's the best. That's the best. It's like kind of like it's like having our own show. But we get to like decide if we want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Masha from Ukraine again. Hello, Ukraine. My name is Mary Q. What would Jody and Donna?
It was the question.
Question. There we go. Mary, got it. Question. What would Jody and Donna spend $1 million on?
I feel like Donna would get a new truck. That was just the first thing that came to my mind. And I bet she'd make her own little, like, you know how she has this back shed in her cabin where Dean built his coffin or something. And it had all these pictures of like all these mustached guys. That's what she's into. I bet she'd like make a new shed. I bet she'd build a new
shed. She shed.
A she shed.
A she shed.
Yeah.
Jody would be, if it were $1 million, she would put half of it into mutual funds for the girls. I mean, true.
The market is not safe right now.
It would be mutual funds. It'd be bonds.
Yeah,
a lot of bonds. Right. A lot of bonds. And the other half, she would create a training gym because she's sick and freaking tired of having to patch together plywood to teach the girls how to shoot. That's what I think she'd spend.
I love it. So basically, they just like invest in themselves. Is what they would do.
Yeah, and their peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and their futures. Very smart women.
Yeah, they are.
There. So I keep moving my camera around because it's like on my lap, and so when my bits start to fall asleep, I gotta shift a little bit.
Yeah, if it gets too warm, you gotta move it. It's no good.
Okay. Hi guys, this is from Gaywardson. When Kaya returned from the bad place in season 15, how do you think her reunion with Claire went down? I don't know. Kim, you were in that episode, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Was Claire in season 15 at all?
No. I was kind of the emotional stand-in for Claire. Like the reason Jody was in that episode was to remind everybody why Kaya is so important.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't actually know the Kaya Claire storyline that well because it wasn't we didn't get an opportunity to fully write it, flesh it out. So it's kind of nothing at this point. And because Claire wasn't in season 15, I have to assume that it maybe didn't happen.
Well, I'm sure Jody brought her home. So here's the problem. So this is where the story that y'all know starts to diverge from the story in my mind where Supernatural has not ended and Sam and Dean are still hunting monsters. That's what's going on in my mind.
It's great.
So
I love that.
In my mind, in my head canon, Claire came home. Kaya was there. Claire experienced, like they're soulmates. They're supposed to be together. So this was reestablished, but then Claire had not only Jody, but Kaya, because Claire is reckless and has zero regard for her own safety. Well, she didn't give a flying fuck when Jody would bring that up. Like, hey, excuse me, how about taking better care of my heart? But now she's got Kaya. So Claire, I'm hoping, is having to learn a safer way of hunting because now she has a reason to live. How's that sound?
That sounds fucking great.
I think so too.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Great.
There we go.
That's a beautiful answer.
That's what I think.
Lisa Marie Semler. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Lisa Marie. What's the funniest story you can tell us about the two of you? Oh, God. Oh, the first one that came to mind was when Kim ran into the paint glass window.
Yeah. Okay, so you tell that one, and I've got
Okay.
another window story.
Okay, so that's the first. Like I think that was the first year. I think I started doing the conventions. I think it was like our second convention together or something.
We were in England.
We were in England, and I had not been doing conventions for very long, and so. I'm so sorry. This is funny in our brains, and I recognize you guys weren't there. It's a bit of an inside joke, but Kim, we were at a a hotel, and we were jet lagged and trying to stay awake, and so we were going to go for a walk, and so I was outside, and she was like, "Okay, I'll meet you." And Kim, I see her walking from the hallway outside, but she thinks that the doors are open, but they're glass doors. So I see her slowly walking towards the door and not stopping. And all of a sudden she's and she comes outside and she's like, "Why weren't you filming that?"
First words out of my mouth. Not like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed." Not like that. The only thing I could think of was like, that shit's classic.
That is classic. That is such a classic.
Oh my
I
God.
literally, I thought for a second that you were doing a bit, that you were like being funny. Oh God, that was good.
I can't do that. And then my window story is much racier. We were sitting in so we were in Vegas. This was the convention last year.
Year ago.
This was just the convention last year. So we were in my room, and the hotel was set up like on an angle. So
That was my room.
Was it your room?
Yeah, we were having a very serious conversation.
It was a very serious conversation. We were right here, and then the hotel moved up here like an L, right? Okay, so we're here, and there's the window here, and all of a sudden, and I'm sitting on this side of the couch, and Brianna's here, and I look at Brianna, I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I look up, and in the window here was a big screen TV,
huge screen
like TV,
the size of a car,
fucking facing the window with boobs, just boobs bouncing,
just boobs.
And I was like, what's going, Brianna? The curtains open, just happy boobs being boobs, enjoying boobs, and someone also enjoying
the boobs. Oh my God, we were like,
oh my God, we were laughing. So one of my favorite pictures of you on my phone is you laughing at that.
Oh my God, send it to me right now. I can't. After. Send it to me after. I don't think I have it.
Oh my God, so fucking funny. Oh God, we have many stories, but those are I think we can stick with those.
Oh God, we have so many stories.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to find the picture, but we have so many pictures of us just going like this during the pandemic, with so many pictures that she and I just send each other going, "How are you today?" Dead eyes, but thumbs up.
I'm good.
All right, I can't find it, but we'll find it later. Oh, that was good. That hit my funny bone. Great work. Great work, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Where are we? Okay. Mandaluru. If you ladies could go to any concert right now together, who would you see? We would go to very different concerts.
Yeah, that's right. I think we could both go to Bishop Briggs together, couldn't we?
Oh yeah. I was just thinking about her last night. I've been to 3 Bishop Briggs concerts.
Yeah.
Kim would be super into that. Also,
Yeah.
Kim, I thought of you last night because I watched the Billie Eilish documentary.
Look at this. I have everything in my apartment has Billie Eilish stickers on it, thanks to my
Have
daughter.
you seen the documentary?
Not yet.
It is fascinating. I thought it would be good and interesting because she's a singer and I adore her and I love watching the trajectories, but it's fascinating because there's no talking head. It's all just footage of them over the fort from her being 14 and just singing at like clubs to like her being 17 and winning 4 Grammys.
Yeah.
It is so good. And I thought, because I remember Kim once told me that she met Billie Eilish's mom.
Well, no, we met Billie because her mom taught my daughter silks. So her mom was my daughter's silks teacher. And she had this cute pair of shoes on one day. And I was like, cute shoes. She goes, I know my daughter's a singer and she gets free stuff. And sometimes I get to keep it. And do you want to hear her demo? And I, of course, being the jaded ex-Disney mom, I was like, everybody in the fucking LA wants to get, I'm like, that's sweet. Your daughter wants to be a singer. But of course, my daughter, being yes to everything and loving Maggie, was like, yeah, play it. And she put it in and I was like, what is this? I remember I came and
like, it's so cool. It's not like what you would expect.
To listen to. Yeah. I was like, because it was Ocean Eyes and I can sing them in my head, but I can't remember it. But Ocean Eyes was the first one I heard, and then Copycat. Copycat was the first one that I loved. But I was like, you guys, listen to this. Listen to this. She is 16 years old. And Tabby was so smitten with her. She said, I want to meet her. And sure as shit, Maggie brought her to class the next time.
Wow.
And Billie and Tabby spent the time playing in the silks and just like, she just was just this little entity even then. So now watching this happen.
Honestly, Kim, I think that I know it's like not always your thing to watch TV, which is totally fair.
We want to watch it.
But it is like, you watch this girl, I watched this and I was like, and I watched it with Jose, and Jose loves seeing people just truly in themselves. And she is so authentic. And she reminded me of the stuff that Wayward embodies, is that she was like, people were constantly not harassing her, but like giving her a hard time for being so dark. And she's like, what is dark and what is light? Like, I'm just being me, you know, and I'm going through a hard time. And I'm not going to pretend I'm not. And we were, Jose and I were just saying, like, the strength that a young girl would have to be like, yeah, you know what? I feel fucking shitty right now.
Yeah.
And just being totally authentic with that. Anyway, it is such a beautiful documentary. I just loved it so much. And I had such respect for her, but I will always think of, because when you told me that story, it was a couple of years ago and she wasn't as big as she is now. Like she had been working her butt off for years, but she became famous very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I think about you and I go, oh, Kim knows her. I always go, Kim knows Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Not so she'd know me, but yeah. Yeah, we could go to a Billie Eilish concert.
We go to a Billie Eilish concert. I think that's our final answer.
Yeah. Yes.
Hunter's Life SPN. Hi, Victoria. Did I say that right? Okay. My question is, if you had to choose, if you had to choose a supernatural superpower, which would you like to have? I don't know. Kim?
Oh, don't start with me. I'm trying to rein in my brain right now.
This is what will happen is I'm going to make something up because I don't remember how that show works. But Kim will.
It can be any supernatural power. If you had any
supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay. Superpower. If I had a superpower, I think I'd want the power to, again, with any superpower, with great power comes responsibility. I think I'd want to read people's minds, but then I also would really not want to read people's minds, you know? And I feel like that with like flying or with like being invisible. I might want to like teleport. That might be the thing that I'd want to do the most. That seems the safest, but really would not be safe at all. But yeah, I'm going to go with teleport. Going back into time or going forward into time. That seems like it would be handy.
I'm torn. I'm I'm like, I'm sorry, my brain. I've learned a lot about my brain over the pandemic as well, and so it now amuses me to see it do these things that it usually does. That now I'm like, oh, that's why you do that. I was like, I was ready to give an answer, and then you said time, and I was like, but time is only linear in imagination. So if we're going backwards in
There's
time,
no such thing as time.
so there's no, yeah, that's what that. So
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
back in the gate. Come on, get back in there. So as someone who has fallen off the horse twice in 2 weeks, I am going to answer. Yeah, literally. I am going to answer either flying that like kicks in immediately. I'd like to be able to fly so that when I'm airborne, I just stay airborne. That would be awesome instead of hitting the ground really hard. Or then I was like,
oh yes, I see.
What about healing? Like, what about being impervious to
that's good.
But then I went, but how would I die? Like, I'm going to want to die eventually. That would suck to be yeah. So get back in. I think my final answer is going to be flying then.
Flying. Okay.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Like,
there you go. We really thought about that for you.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Frida, hello. Do you have any stories about your first days on the Supernatural set? Thanks for answering in advance. Lots of love, Frida. Back at you, Frida.
I think you should tell the story about how we met.
Yeah, so this is not our first days on set of Supernatural, but this is our first times meeting. So I had known about Kim for a long time, obviously, because she kind of was the female lead on the show, having been on the longest of all the women. And when I was in my first episode, Phil had told me about her and had pitched the idea of the Hibbing 911 episode to me at that time, because he was just like, I think it'd be so great. It was so funny because the episode is not, it's so off tone for Supernatural that I'm so glad that they actually went for it. Like, it's kind of like a buddy cop kind of comedy. I guess it could be a movie or a Monster of the Week episode. But anyway, so I had known about Kim, and I had I followed her on social media and stuff like that. Because I was just like, I feel like she and I could be friends. I had this suspicion that we would get along really well. So I was very excited to meet her, but also like I was nervous, and mostly I was excited though. I was nervous in like a good way. I wasn't nervous in like I don't know what's going to happen. I was like, oh, I can't wait to eat sandwiches together. And we were on set, and she was filming. I remember I was getting driven to set in a van, and she was filming the episode where she comes out and you take a phone call.
I was on the phone with Alex, I think.
On the phone with Alex. She was
having a party, and I was like, what's going on? Yeah.
She steps outside of the building, and I'm driving by, and all I see is Kim step out of the building. I'm like, oh, she must be on a break. And I open the window and I scream at the top of my lungs, Kim, it's me. Brianna, it's me, Brianna. Huh? Look at this. Look at us. And they're fucking filming the whole time. This is how new I was to TV. I didn't recognize that they filmed outdoors too. And so I ruined the shot for everyone. And Kim was so sweet. She was like, oh, hi. In her head, she's probably like, I have to work with this lunatic for the next 2 weeks. Great. Fucking great.
My favorite was, so our first actual scene together, Brianna gives me a lollipop. Now, the way single camera works is they focus the camera on a certain place in the air, and you have to hit that place in the air because that's where the camera's focused. If you miss it, the thing you pick up is not in focus. So it's really fucking hard because you've got many dimensions that you are trying.
It's like not acting at all.
It's not, there's nothing acting about it.
Science. So
here's Brianna trying to put a lollipop in the same spot in space. And like it took a couple times and she put it up and they're like, no. And she goes, oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. I swear a lot. And I just was like, oh, we're going to be fine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, sure. Apologize to me for cussing. And then when we started doing our cookie time, it was 3:00. 3:00. Gonna go get cookies.
Go get cookies? It was always 3:00. We'd go get cookies and a coffee.
Cookies and coffee.
We would share. I think we'd share a cookie. Maybe not.
It depended on the day.
It was always like, I mean, it wasn't like the only time we went to Crafty.
No. Well, and Fred, remember how excited Fred was that he could have hard-boiled eggs?
Fred Ewenick, who was in that episode, who was like, he's a bit of a Canadian star because he was in Corner Gas, which was a huge show here. So I was so excited to work with him. But he is so funny. He had Kim in fucking stitches. And in like the grandpa way, not in the way where I'm like super crass and I like shock humor. He would just be like he would do a jig or something like that. Like he was so funny. But Crafty, famously Supernatural craft services and catering is the best in the city, probably the best in the country, really. And he came on, and there's like this little cart that has like fixins to make a sandwich. And they had hard-boiled eggs, right? Was that it? And he was like, "Is this for us?" And we were like, "Yeah, you can have that." I mean, I wasn't. Kim was probably answering because I didn't.
It was the sweetest thing. He's like, "I can have a hard-boiled egg." It's like, "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, his eyes got big, and he went, "I can have 2 hard-boiled eggs." Like, yeah, babe. Yeah, you smack yourself out on those hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nuts. Anyway, that was a good time. Filming that episode was a good time.
It was so funny. And when you were riffing on all of the classes that we could be taking.
Yeah. See, that's what I was like, Supernatural, while I'm grateful for it, it actually was not the show for me, because that is the shit that I want to do all the time. That's why the episodes, the last episodes, the last couple seasons, they're just like, we're just going to have Donna doing some business. And I was like, but is she going to be doing this at the same time? Huh? I remember actually, because Jensen's also a goof, right? And so we were filming, the episode where we're all in the car. And we kept on like riffing on ideas. Like we'd get out of the car and then I would go one way and then turn around and go the other way, the correct way. And we were making jokes about it. And I was like, why don't I just do it? And Jensen was like, because it's not the tone of the show. He was like, we can't. He was in his heart, that's all he wants to do because he's a funny guy. But he was like, and I was like, oh, that's right. Like, that's so interesting. To me, that was the difference, because it was like, all I wanted to do was improvise and be goofy, but it's not the tone of the show. But that episode was gold. I still think it's probably my favorite episode. It was such gold.
So fun.
And it was so fun to shoot too. Anywho, enough about us.
All right. If you, as a person, were put into the supernatural world, how would you survive?
I don't think I would.
Oh, remember, the majority of people in Supernatural don't even know monsters exist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, if me as a person were in the supernatural world, I live in Los Angeles. I'd be fine. My life would probably be no different, because I would not be one of the people that encounters monsters.
I just wouldn't encounter them.
Yeah, I wouldn't know they exist. I'd be one of the clueless people. Like,
right. It wouldn't be like Walking Dead where they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. That's a good point.
Yeah, like if they have to, break it to people constantly that monsters are real.
Yeah.
It can't be. Yeah.
We would just stay out of trouble. Keep our noses clean.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, until the day I found out my daughter was actually a dragon, and then I'd be concerned.
Or no, then you'd be like, great, I'm the mother of dragons.
I am the mother of dragons.
You truly are. Did you get that picture I sent you yesterday?
No.
Whereas I texted you a picture of all the models, all the child models.
It's right here. The kids model at Zara are stealing my daughter's style.
Like, all of them look like Tabby. All of them. And I remember when you talked about, because Tabby looks like she should be a supermodel, and it was so funny because I was like, remember when we talked about Tabby being a model? Well, anyway,
damn.
You can go through Zara later and show her. But it was like, oh wow,
Oh my
that's the
God.
style now. Am I
Yeah.
not right?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Terrifying.
Anywho,
I think we'd be fine. I think we'd be fine.
We'd be fine. Or we wouldn't be, but either way, we wouldn't know. And that's
Yeah.
the way to go.
Yeah, I would not be a
That's the
hunter.
way to go. No. Oh, I'm too tired. God, I can barely do a squat these days, y'all. Getting up the stairs.
I can't.
Tough.
I make noises that are not supposed to be made by humans.
Oh
when
yeah.
having sex.
Oh yeah. I started going to
Bad
the
noise.
gym again and lifting weights. I for sure noises come out of my mouth and I look around to see if everybody else is wearing headphones because I was like, oh, people are going to be concerned. They're going to be worried about me if they hear that coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I'm not pooping.
That's good. I feel a tightening in my sphincter just talking about lifting weights.
Ooh, sphincter.
And
Okay.
all right.
Riley.
How do we
Hi,
think
Riley.
Jody and Donna would handle quarantine?
I think Donna would be fine. I think that honestly, she'd probably be making soup, building something in the backyard.
Yep.
You know, I feel like she's pretty outdoorsy. I'm not outdoorsy at all, but I feel like Donna would be like camping, you know, building a fire, making chili, staring at her posters. Yeah.
I think Jody would vacillate. That's a lot of girls to have under one roof.
Yes.
So I think she'd go for a lot of drives.
Yes, that's
She would
fair.
drive a lot. Also, I don't know if Jody keeps, like, at some point Jody probably loses her job because the sheriff is an elected position and she does have the tendency to be in the wrong place at the wrong time a lot. So I'm not entirely sure what she's doing for money. But if she is still working, she would be spending a lot of time taking deep breaths. She'd probably be pretty freaking frustrated.
As I think most mothers are feeling right now.
Yeah. I think she'd not be. She'd be like weathering it, gritting her teeth, but a lot of this, a lot of. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the given set of circumstances. You've already done the dumb ass thing that you did, either talking to her children or people in the public. So you've already done the dumbass thing. So now it's my job to figure this out.
Yeah.
Poor Jody.
Poor Jody.
Fuck.
That's all right. She'll
That's a lot.
survive. Or
That's
she
a lot.
won't.
She'd show up at Donna's and drink soup.
There you go. That's right. They'd be in a pod.
Yes.
Is that a thing? I keep hearing about that. It's so funny. I follow like these influencers in like New York and LA, and they keep saying things like, I'm going on a trip with someone from my pod. And I was like, what's a pod? Like,
well,
that's like, don't they go to the grocery store or go to a job? And
that's the thing. Like,
I was like, that's
about
bullshit, man.
Pod is that these are the only people you connect with. But I haven't heard, and this is I don't cast aspersions, but the only people I've actually heard use that phrase non-ironically have also in the same breath been, well, you know, it was my pod and a couple other people. Right. Then you're not fucking like, I don't care what you do, but that's not right. That's
and
not
honestly,
what you...
like any stuff that comes out of my mouth right now that has anything to do with that and being judgmental of that is just jealousy. It's because I can't I'm only allowed to hang out with my family and I love them, but I don't love them that much.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of family time.
It's just family.
There's
only
been a
family.
lot of fucking family time.
Can't wait to see you guys in person.
I know, right? Smush your face. I went from wanting to hug people to now I just want to put people in my mouth.
Oh, I want to be around sweaty strangers so badly. Like I've never wanted to be more annoyed in a bar ever in my life. Like I want someone to talk too loudly right here. I just want to feel that breath on my face.
Do you know what I want? I want Steve Norton and Rob Benedict to be in a fight in front of me. I'm gonna be so fucking happy when that happens.
I suspect
I want
your
to be
dreams
like,
will come true.
oh God, we're finally back.
Oh God,
We're back.
That's the thing. It's like I don't want to come back to. I mean, it's hard because the convention was the last thing I did. Oh no, well the show. I shot the show when I got back, and it was funny because Rich, who was in town directing something, he messaged me and was like, maybe we can go for a walk or something, something safe and distance. And I was like, you were the last person I saw, because he and I went for a drink with Misha and Alex and Jensen, like the day before Supernatural shut down. Like the day before, we all went out for like one quick drink, and then I drove Rich back, and I was like, we're like, okay, well, see ya in a couple months, maybe. It's just like nothing.
Or not.
Yeah. And so I want to come back to the conventions, but I don't want to come back to them and have them be even that night at dinner, we're all weird hugging each other because we're like, we don't know what this is or how to protect ourselves. And I don't want it to be like that at the conventions. I want all of us to like feel, and I know creation will make us all feel safe.
Yeah.
But I want everything to be like, I want everyone to be comfortable,
Yeah. And that's I mean, I'm not going to be putting my mouth on people because that in general doesn't make people feel comfortable.
No, things might have changed, Kim. Things might have changed.
I don't know.
It's been a long year.
It has been. We've all been very, very lonely.
Yeah.
But no, that is something I know that they're working on that right now, that creation has been so responsible with
Truly.
Moving dates when they couldn't make it safe, and when they got I feel very confident that when these do start up again, there will be measures in place, and they won't always be the things that are instinctually what I want to do.
True.
Like if they say we're still not at a hugging point, because I remember in Vegas it was like the no hugging con,
the no touching convention.
But but we still got to do it. Like we still got to have the convention.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Okay, so I will, and we'll find ways to connect no matter what. Yeah. But
I'm so grateful to creation for really fucking keeping it going.
Right?
Like, can you imagine like a company that is a company about appearances? You know what I mean? And meeting people and appearing and not being able to do those things, and the company is still killing it.
Yeah. Still going.
Oh, I'm proud of those guys.
I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I feel happy.
What's that from? The Office?
Monty Python.
Oh, Monty Python.
Yes, Holy Grail.
Okay. And then Ricky Gervais did an impression of it on The Office, which is why I know it.
There we go. That's how you do it. Okay.
That's funny.
It was the remake.
Okay. Hi, guys.
My name is Anastasia. From Ukraine. Lots of Ukraine.
I love it.
Which Disney princess do you associate yourself with?
I don't know them all. I wonder if Kim knows better, but I would say I am only going to say Belle because I played Belle once in a musical. And I remember the Belle that I played, people kept commenting, wow, she's real sassy. This Belle's real sassy. Because her and the Beast kind of butt heads, and the Beast would be like, do this. And she'd be like, no. And then you add a Brianna flavor onto that, and she was real sassy. So I don't know if I actually am like Belle, but I remember playing her that way, and I thought it was pretty funny. That's it. Although a new one came out today that I'm watching, Raya, the Dragon Princess.
Yeah?
I don't know if it's Disney or Pixar. Anyway, I'm watching it tonight. We've been waiting for it to come out today. We're watching it with my daughter tonight.
Oh, yeah.
What about you?
I didn't have an answer. I was like, I have, I can tell you which one my daughter is. I was like, I don't have and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm Rapunzel.
Continue.
Totally Rapunzel. Like, I want to help everybody and I want to see the magic. And I don't know what's good for me, but I totally have my frying pan and will kick some ass. And when push comes to shove, I know what my heart says and I trust my heart.
Oh, I love that you even know that.
A little bit of like, I think I may not know the world the way I'm supposed to understand the world. So I'm gonna go figure out the world. Let's go figure out the world. I'm sure it's gonna be great, everybody.
I love that. It's brilliant.
I think I'm Rapunzel.
With the shortest of the hair.
I know,
love
that's why
that you
isn't
like
that
didn't
ironic?
think
I'm
of
like-
her as like how you look like her. You thought of her as like her soul.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think that's my answer. Yeah. There's no more. Are there no more? Are we done? No. Brittany,
No.
we need another
Brittany.
question. Brittany.
I thought I was gonna go to the comments, but we don't get to see your guys' comments. So I hope you guys are having fun. I wonder how
Yay.
many there are.
Wait.
Coming.
Oh, they're moving so fast I can't read them. I would read them, but it's their
Okay.
my brain.
Monica Lewinsky 1. Sorry guys, I'm messing this up. They're hard to read. Hello for Kim. What Minnesotan slang has Jody picked up from Donna? For Brianna, Jody and Donna matching tattoos. What did they get?
Oh, I think Jody, against her will, says, "Oh yeah, you betcha."
You have to.
And
How
when
can
it
you
comes
not?
out of her mouth, she's like, "Oh yeah, you betcha." Yes.
Yeah, right. Then immediately, no, I don't. That wasn't me.
Yes.
That wasn't me.
Yes.
Jody and Donna, I mean, everything I think of, I feel like has like a different sexual connotation that I don't know about it because of TikTok. Like, and you're like, things that I think mean one thing actually mean something different.
Yes.
So I was going to say, I think that they would get handcuffs. I feel like that's
that definitely, that I think that. I mean, maybe somewhere in somebody's head canon, go with that, girls.
Sure.
Absolutely. No reason.
And I love
can't.
the, like, they could always be like, we didn't know,
Oh, Jody knew. She's got a house full of teenagers. She's down.
Do you know what I learned? Do you know what I learned on TikTok?
What?
Do you know what an accountant is?
Yes.
I had to Google that. This is where I was like, I am my mother. I'm old now. Made me laugh. I was like, what? TikTok is like just creating a whole new fucking subculture. Okay.
Oh wait, what is handcuffs? They'd get matching handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
Yes.
Final answer.
Yeah. Donna's would be pink and fuzzy.
Wouldn't they ever? To protect.
Cute.
Hi, Jewel from Germany. What is a strange food combination that you love? Oh, fun. I love food questions. Oh God, what's strange? I could tell you what I had just like in the 10 minutes I had a break today before this panel, which was I had those Amy's little crackers, those little seed crackers with turmeric. It's going to sound so gross now I'm saying it out loud. Turmeric, cashew butter, which is kind of tastes a little bit like cream cheese, like cashew cream cheese, but it's like turmeric and ginger. And then some hot smoked salmon and some beet juice.
That's so healthy. That's exactly the opposite. Y'all are going to get so disgusted at my answer.
No.
So this is something that my daddy grew up in the Depression. And this was one of my favorite things. So it's got to be white bread and iceberg lettuce, mayonnaise and peanut butter.
You lost me at peanut butter.
I know, but it's so delicious. Like the salty, weird creaminess of the mayonnaise and then the sweet, and it's got to be like sweetened peanut. It can't just be like straight peanut butter. It's got to be like Jif or something awful.
It's got to be like the icing peanut butter. Yeah.
On white bread with the lettuce. So it's a little crunchy. Oh, it's very
Kim is
tasty.
the best at food combinations because she honors her cravings.
Crap in a bowl. Crap in a bowl.
Well, crap in a bowl is a meal. Like crap in a bowl is delicious. That is like a staple at our house.
Oh wait. Oh, here's one that is apparently very common in parts of the world that I did not know about. But I will share this with you. Also mayonnaise based, but we do corn, like fresh corn with mayonnaise, cotija cheese, and tahine spicy lime with maybe some lime squirted.
And it's not heated, right? It's just cold.
Yeah, I mean it's cooked. The corn is cooked.
Yeah.
But you can have it hot or cold.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
you eat it with a fork or with like chips? Is it
Well,
like a
you
dip?
can scrape it off the cob, or you can just slather that shit on the cob and eat it like that. Mexican
sounds
street
good.
corn. Oh, so good. Yeah.
Yum. I would eat that. Doesn't
So
sound
good.
weird.
So good.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't know that I eat weird. I mean, I know I go through periods of like, I'm gonna eat this weird food. Depends, like, if I've smoked a bit of pot, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be like, what does this taste like? I'm bored of this flavor. What does this taste like? I'm bored of this
This
flavor.
is very
Yeah.
loud.
Very
I don't know
loud.
what it tastes like, but it's loud.
This flavor is loud. Yeah, I love food though. I love pretty much all food. And tonight I think is takeout night. So
Ours too. Yeah.
what are you gonna get?
Oh,
Do you know?
I'll let my kid,
I don't know. I feel like last weekend I went out, and so they got pizza. Last couple weekends, I think they've gotten pizza. I'm not a huge pizza fan, so I think we might get like Thai food or something.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about food. If Jody and Donna each had a theme song, what would it be? Oh, we've answered this before, but I can't remember. Feel like our theme song, if we were like driving in a car, would be oh, come on now. Guys, what's the song?
Break My Stride.
That's it. Break My Stride.
That's us together.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pull this bad boy up. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe you're not. Are you not on here? Are you not on here anymore? That's funny. Jody's left. Oh, there you are. Okay. This is so not Jody, and yet
Robin?
it's what I think.
I love this song.
Do you guys know this? Can you hear it?
I press trigger, I don't press people button. Nobody chops gon' face me with something. Like how I have 22 and I'm something. 10 is for you, so who gon' get the next dozen? I press trigger, I don't press people button. Nobody chops gon' face me with something. Like how I have 22 and I'm something. 10 is for you, so who gon' get the next dozen?
I love that song. I used to have that on a running playlist.
That's my fucking answer.
Okay, here's the song,
love that song
I'm going to play that I've recently heard, and I was like, I want to sing this loud and swaying, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
Who is it?
It's called American Woman by Muddy Magnolias.
Yeah, you're going to sing that.
Sounds like something you would sing, actually.
Yeah.
Huh? Just wait for it. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna take it. Wait for this. Is Norton? Can you imagine?
I do this. I spend so much time in my car going like, how could I say? I have the most ridiculous plans for Saturday Night Special when we come back.
Me too.
Ridiculous. Like I am going to pitch them a Rammstein song. I think I can do it. I think I can pull off a Rammstein song. I've got, ridiculous. I spend way too much freaking time going, oh I can do this. I could do that. I've lost all perspective of what I can do and what I can't.
I just like Billy and I, we had, this song that we had done with Rachel. She had picked out these cameos. She does a cameo with Billy and goes, play this song, and then does a cameo with me and sends me the recording, and then I sing against Billy in the cameo.
Oh yeah,
so brilliant. And so I had said Uninvited by Alanis Morissette. It's an old song from one of her old albums. And then Billy was like, oh, we need to do this as Saturday Night Special. Because I had thought of it because I was like, oh, I'm a huge fan of Alanis Morissette. I grew up with that album. But when you listen to like, Billy thinks about it in such a different way, I was like, oh, of course. So now I listen to songs of going, how much would this rock? Like, how much could we all have on stage, you know?
Yeah.
Anyhow, there you go. Those are our songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
last question.
Last question.
Already? Holy doodle. Hi, my name is Mary Elizabeth. I'm from New York. What would Jody and Donna do if they went on a road trip together? Oh, I think it'd be similar to what Kim and Brianna would do.
Totally. We did that. There's actually, if you want to know, there is one of our podcast episodes, a couple of our podcast episodes is us driving to Vegas together.
Yes. Oh, that was so funny. We would just record it in the car.
Yeah, go listen to that. We would alternate. Donna would bring all the snacks, and yet Jody would still insist on stopping for ice cream.
Ice cream and jalapeno poppers.
Yes, and jalapeno poppers. We would have discussions about what we thought of the other drivers. Yeah. We would laugh a lot.
We'd laugh a lot. We'd play the game is art or trash.
Yes. Yes. Art or storage.
Art
or storage.
Kim, we are funny. We are funny. I forgot how funny we are. God damn it. Art or storage. That is fucking genius. That shit's genius, yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah, we did it. Now it just makes me miss conventions.
Me too. I was just like, I've literally not laughed this hard in fucking months. I laugh. Don't get me wrong. I laugh. My daughter and my partner are quite funny, but not like laughing. Do you know what I mean? I love it. You need people who you don't live with to do that. The rest of the laughter is like, oh,
that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, I miss people. I miss people. This is great. This is great. The thing I've realized about myself coming out, or knock on wood, coming out of this quarantine this year is that I am more nervous about it than I thought I was. I not in any actual way for any reason, just going, I haven't been around people. I don't know if I can still do it.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. We're all going to come out of this more us. And it's going to take a little bit of a while because all of a sudden, like things that I've kept compressed, I've allowed to expand a little bit in court. I've been like, oh, this is a little thing that I've kept compressed for other people's comfort that actually feels like stretching a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to smack a few people with some emotional elbows, but it's going to be good because we're all going to figure out how to fit with more of us in the world.
And ultimately, if you step into yourself and you are authentic in who you are and you are in the universe in that way, it will take a second for somebody to adjust around you. But here's the reality. They either will or they won't. And either way, you're freer.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, friends. We just say goodbye.
So weird. I can't see any of you. I love you all.
Bye.
So grateful for you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon, Kim. Brianna, thank you so much. We love you back. Thank you so much for being here today. We miss you so, so, so much, and we can't wait to see you again safely in person. All right, guys, tipping is now done, and we'll bring you the results in just a few moments. But first, make sure you're signed up for our email list at creationent.com and follow us at CreationENT on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you guys for being with us here in our virtual world and participating in these awesome experiences with us. But as much fun as these are, there's nothing like being together in person, and we can't wait until we are able to come back and safely present shows in person. Okay, our winner is Abby Road. Abby Road, you're our winner of the 5-minute one-on-one video meet and greet with Bree and Kim. So check your email inbox and hang out in this chat just in case we have an issue getting to you. All right, you guys, we have more content coming up tomorrow with our very own Crowley, Mark Shepard, and Castiel, Misha Collins. And of course, on Sunday, we're back with none other than Sam and Dean themselves, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. Don't miss out.